Oh my gosh.
All right. Hi,
We're
guys.
live.
This is our first live. Hello.
Bear
So,
with us.
bear, please, because this is going to be hopefully not a hot mess. I'm hoping that we have a few people that will be joining us today. So, if you're here, give us a wave or a hi in the chat, and we'll try to get back to you as well. So, anyways, I'm Lori. And Shantae's frozen. This is how we're going to start the live. And Shantae, are you frozen? Okay. I'm gonna have to little are
I'm
you
back.
frozen? Are you back? Yes.
I'm back.
All right.
Lord.
This is
We're gonna do
life.
our best to get through this.
Yes, this is life, guys. Okay. So I'm gonna start over. I'm Lori,
I'm Ashante.
and welcome
And
to
this
our
is
Queendom.
yes. We're back. We had
Yes.
to take a little hiatus. Life was happening. But we're back trying to make an effort to do this again
Mhm.
weekly
Mhm.
and do it live so that we can have interaction with those that watch Married at First Sight and want to engage with us and review the episodes. So please come follow us. Our plan is to do this every Sunday around this time.
Mhm.
If not, we'll let you know. Mhm. Again, life be happening.
Life.
So,
All right.
so
So go ahead.
Married at First Sight, season 16,
16. Yep.
16 in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yep.
Um, yeah, so let's just get right into it. So we have our first couple we're going to discuss, Jasmine and Eris.
Yeah. So
And
we're gonna talk about each couple, and we're gonna sprinkle a little either main episode stuff, matchmaking stuff, and maybe even
um,
after party stuff too. Whatever we hear about the couples, it's gonna be a whole hodgepodge of information that we're gonna talk about. And I just want to give a big kudos to Married at First Sight, Lifetime, the experts, the producers, whoever made sure that the first episode was only 2 hours. Thank you from the bottom of my heart that it was only 2 hours.
but then the after party was an hour, so that's how they made up for that.
I don't mind that. I don't mind because I don't have to watch the after party, but the main episode was not a grueling 3 hours of
3 hours.
just nothing. Like it's just too much. So we didn't get a wedding because I think usually we get a wedding, at least one wedding. But I'm
Hmm.
okay. I'll wait till next week. I'm happy the way how it kind of progressed. So just wanted to bring that
But you
up.
know what that means.
What?
If we used to be 20 episodes, we're probably going to be 25 episodes.
Don't
They're going to
say
have to make
that.
it up somehow.
They are working on with our requests here, okay? They're being good and they were listening
Okay.
to us that we have been suffering with 3 hour premieres. It's too much.
It has been too much. Just
So
a whole bunch of fluff
just
just
ugh,
to make it
it's
three
too
hours.
much. It's too much. So, anyways, yes, going to our couples, our first couples that were well, they're really singles right now because no one got married yet. But Jasmine and Eris. So, Shantae, what did you think about Miss Jasmine, cheerleader, coach, Miss everything, Miss USA, Miss Nashville, Miss?
Yeah, I like Jasmine. I
Mm.
think ideally, again, like Laura said, we're going to be talking about the matchmaking special, and in addition to the actual episode that just aired. I like Jasmine. I like her background. I feel like she would be perfect example of someone on the show that actually they have a good chance of finding a good match for. I love her family background dynamics, the cheerleading, like being active and working with children. all of that. She also mentioned in her matchmaking special that she's been kind of like the, what do you call it, the starter, like her relationship. She was the one that got the
Mm-hmm.
guy like to the
Prepared
point that prepared to get married, but they never married her.
her.
So this is
Yeah.
her chance to find someone, find love. So I like Jasmine. What was your thoughts?
Um, I like her too. I feel like she's gonna be one of our sane ones, I hope. Um, she just seems like she has dated, she's had long-term relationship, probably short-term relationships, but it just never came to fruition, but not because she didn't want it to be, but you can't marry yourself, I guess. So you need to have the right type of guy. I don't know if she's the best picker, so I kind of get why she's on this show. That maybe she picks the bad
Hmm.
person. Um, I know we haven't gotten to Eris, but I feel like this show kind of messed her with the pick that they gave her.
I mean, we might as well go ahead and start into even,
But before we
into
move into all that, I did want to note that she has 4 dogs. And I'm like, girl,
that's in my
4?
notes because they only showed one, right?
They
And then when
did.
they popped out. So she got four. I said, wait a minute, girl,
That's a lot.
is that part of the issue? Or did she say she get one after every relationship? Maybe that's what happens.
Oh, I still think that's a lot to merge with somebody else. And if they have a pet, then it's like, oh my gosh, this is too much. So,
So I had some notes and some thoughts I wrote down about the whole dogs and these people, these relationships further
mhm,
down, but
mhm.
that came out later. I was like, this kind of touches on a little bit of what I was thinking. But I'll wait and say that later once we get to the couple I had that note for.
And then I did want to note when she told her family, that was like the best happy news
Reaction.
reaction that I think I've seen on this show. They were so excited and so like happy for her. It just felt so genuine that I was like, "Oh my
Hmm.
gosh, this is like how you would want somebody to react. Just be there for you, support you. Yes, it could be a train wreck, but what's the point of telling you that? You're already in this. You know what I mean? Just go for it." So I was very happy to just see that. I felt like I was there. I was like,
I
"Yeah."
agree. Her aunt jumped up and was like all excited. I was like, yes, I hope Auntie is on the show on the regular.
Well,
And
you heard what she said about Auntie.
because once things happen, I want Auntie to be telling Eris about himself if it gets to
Well,
that point
oh
and it needs
god.
to happen.
Well, she said
Or
her
she
auntie was
tells
crazy.
Jasmine,
Yeah.
like homegirl Paige from back in the day needed
Yeah, we
somebody to
not
be
gonna
like, hey
she needed
girl.
friends. Yeah. But
That's
yeah,
I
I
think that's gonna be Auntie here.
I think she's real. That makes sense. So yeah, that's all I think I remember about Jasmine. But I do like her. I think she's on here for the right reasons. I wish her the best, but I'm not hopeful. But go ahead. We talk about
Yeah.
this man here.
So just last thought, with
Mhm.
Jasmine, in watching the matchmaking special, I actually thought she would have been a good pick for the other
Let's
guy
talk
on the
about
show.
this. Let's talk about these matches. Since you brought this
Okay.
up,
Oh,
I have a
okay.
couple
Okay.
comments on just the process because this is like my first time watching the matchmaking special. Because usually I don't have time for that because we have a 3 hour first episode. But since we didn't, I just went ahead. Okay, I watched matchmaking special, and I don't understand what they're looking for. One, where are these guys coming from? None of these people actually live here. All these people, all these men, most of these men recently moved to Tennessee. And I'm like, why did they move here? I'm confused because it's not like
And
they
they all
moved.
say they moved there looking for love. And I'm like, is there something
Makes
like a
no
billboard out there
sense.
that says come to Nashville and find love?
No,
Like,
no, and no, and no. So I'm like, I'm
mm,
already sussed on why they pick these guys. That's number one. And then because
hmm.
they have huge red flags, like big ones that I just don't understand. And we'll get to all of them. But I'm confused about that. And then some of the reasons why they're saying they're matching it with these people, I'm like, this don't make no sense. So yes,
Mm-hmm.
I agree that once I think Jasmine was one of the first people that they talked about, or maybe it was Shaquille, but one of
Yeah.
them was first, and I was like, "Oh, I know who they're gonna put that person with," and I was like, "Oh no, they didn't put it with her. Oh no, wait, who they go? Oh no, oh no." So yeah, I agree. I think she would have been better with either Shaquille or
Mm-hmm.
Mac.
Hmm.
Yes, because I could see them a little bit, but now I have a little issues with Mac after watching the after party. So that's why I was like, maybe not even that, but on surface
Oh, the
level,
after party.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, the episode plus the after party, the story that he
Okay.
talked about,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
we'll get to that.
We get there. We get there.
Yes. So yeah, I agree with you that she could have been matched with somebody else. But Eris shouldn't have been on the show. Period.
Eris should not been on the show. So let's go ahead and
Period.
get right to that.
Okay, let's get
Why
to it.
they again? These matchmakers. I mean, Pastor Cow, Dr. Pepper.
Come on.
What are we missing? Like maybe we need a behind the scenes like thing or something because it don't be it
I
don't
don't
be
think there's
adding up.
guys.
Like I
I
would
don't think
never
there's
pick Eris
guys.
for this show.
No, but was there any other guy in the matchmaking special
I
that,
don't know. They do little snippets of those guys that you is
yeah,
not enough to say. Like there was one other black guy I can think of that I would have said no to.
yeah,
But Eris, like,
a mess.
nah,
A
bro.
mess.
Nah,
A
bro.
mess.
But when he was talking to his reel, I kind of was like, well, is he another Woody or Elijah where that really like that was his past and he really is ready to get married and go through, make that life change? You shaking your head? No, I can't
Yes,
really
I'm
see
shaking my
you.
yeah. Yes, I am. I'm shaking my
Okay.
no the entire time.
So no, no, okay. It was just a question that popped up because I don't think so either. I mean, this man is how old?
39 years
39?
old.
39 years old. They go do a home visit and there's no clothes in the closet, which,
There's
okay,
two
maybe he just moved.
shirts. There's two
Maybe
shirts.
he just moved into this place, where's your clothes still, but okay. Or hey, maybe he's so busy he went and took his clothes to the laundromat, let them wash and do all that stuff. Again, all your clothes at one time? Hmm, okay. Nah. His mama is doing his laundry and folding his clothes.
You know, Dr.
Bruh.
Pepper asked that, and that was her wild guess. And he said, yeah, 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 uh-huh.
Bruh.
But my mama was like, because my mama be watching the show, and it's so funny. My mama was like, first of all, is this his house? And if this is his house, did he just rent it really quick for the show?
For the
And
show.
then
Mm-hmm.
why is your mom doing all the laundry at one time? Like you wear
That's
your
what I'm
entire
saying.
wardrobe at one
Let it
time.
all pile up in the corner and
So
then
you
all
have
take it at
nothing
one
to wear,
time for the garage.
but then you have nothing to wear. You have two shirts in the closet. So I don't know. He's just first of all, that was the biggest red flag to begin with. This is in the matchmaking special, and y'all still pick this
That
man.
was a bad sheet, a red flag bad sheet for me. Like, no, this dude don't need to be on this show. No.
And I'm like, what is happening here? But okay, fine. They put him on the show. And I swear, every time he opens his mouth, it's problematic. Okay. So he just says stuff that just does not make any sense sometimes. He's just like talking about the apps and how he's not going to put his apps, he's not going to delete his apps, he's going to put them on snooze. He's talking about Chris because Chris seems to be like, the super nice guy. Like, oh, I don't know about that. And how come you haven't had sex in like 2 years when I've had sex
Because
two
he just
weeks
had sex
ago?
2 weeks ago, the night before he found out he's about to get married. Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
you're in the process. Yes, you don't know if you're going to get picked until you get picked, right? But you're probably top 5 or top 10, let's say, right? Where you have a 50-50 chance that you're going to be on this show because you do the first round of stuff, then you do another round of stuff. But once they start coming to your house
The home
and you're
visit,
signing
right?
papers, you got to do background checks. You got to sign off on waivers. You got to do this whole thing right before the
Mm-hmm.
show, like right before you're picked. You're pretty close to being on the show. So why are you still out here? I'm confused.
He not ready. He think he ready. He ain't ready.
Does he think
But
he's
prove him
ready
wrong.
though? Do
I
you
think
think
he
he
does.
thinks he's ready? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
But
No, I
why?
think he does.
What was his explanation of why he wants to get married? Cuz he's getting older?
Um, if I remember correctly, I think on the after show, he was saying how he had lived in California and that was like the singles, you know, town for him. All his friends were single. That was just single life. Then he moved back home to Nashville and everybody was like coupled up. And that made him realize that's the life he wants. He wants to leave his little player ways behind
But
and
why?
find a wife. I
So
think
you're
he's at that age
saying
where he's like,
cuz his friends are getting married and he's getting older is
because
why he wants to get
and he's
married.
getting, oh yeah, I think he's getting to the age where he's like seeing like, man, okay, they all got somebody, and I'm about to be 40, or like the life ahead starts. Like, well, I don't want to do this alone. I need somebody to be there and take care of me and wash my clothes and clean and to cook and do all that stuff for me. So yeah, I need to get married. Yeah, that's what I think. That may have when he moved back home.
All right. That okay, thank you for the explanation.
He didn't give
Dr.
a
K,
solid good
he
answer.
did not.
It was mainly like he was lonely and he wanted somebody.
That's
So,
why he
not
shouldn't be on this show. That's why you shouldn't be on this show. You don't actually want to get married. You just are trying something right now. You just like, what? I guess it's time. I guess it's that time of the month.
they tell me, yeah, now I should be settling down now. So I guess I'll go ahead and do that. Yeah. Mhm.
All right. Well, I'm over this one. I think in the past we've said which couples we think will make it. I don't know if you want to do it
Mhm.
now or since there has not been any weddings, or do you want to do it after the weddings? Oh, Tay, did we lose you again? Well, until she regains back into the Wi-Fi sphere, I'm just going to say what my guess is going to be for these couples that either they're going to stay together or not make it, either short term or long term. I I think they're not going to make it, but I'm trying to think will they make it to decision day? I think it's going to be a no on decision day. I haven't even seen them together, but I'm going to say it's going to be a no on decision day. Um, anybody's into zodiac signs. Eris is a Taurus and Jasmine is a Cancer. So I don't know what that means because Cancers are usually emotional creatures, I think. And then Tauruses, I don't know about male Tauruses, but they can be like kind of bullheaded a little bit. Sorry, I was going
Wait, are
over
you
zodiac signs.
doing zodiac readings or
I was
something?
just I was just saying to the people, like maybe some people know about how that is. So Eris is a Taurus and Jasmine is a Cancer. So I don't know what all those means.
Oh, I mean, I
So
don't know.
I made my prediction that I think it's gonna be a no on decision day. What do you got? Oh no, we lost her again. Okay, we'll get her opinion next time. We're gonna move on to the next couple and hopefully she'll join us by then. So the next couple that we were gonna talk about is Kirsten. I think that's what her name is pronounced. Oh, there you go.
Girl, if this is gonna keep happening, I don't know.
Okay, well, we'll try it one more time, and if not, we're gonna have to catch y'all on the flip side. Okay.
Hey, we have to figure something else out.
Okay. Kirsten, and also, what do you say about them, Eris and Miss Jasmine here? Yes or no on
They're
decision
gonna
day?
make a decision day. Oh man, it's so hard to say. I'm
I
gonna
know
go
because they
with
haven't even
no.
looked at each other. This is just our
Interactive.
early predictions here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
said no
think.
either. Sorry. Get out of here, Eris. All right.
Oh.
Okay, Kirsten and Shaquille. What's your thoughts on Miss Kirsten?
I had a lot of thoughts on her.
Oh,
Um, not I don't know, not bad, not good, good, but um, I don't know, I don't know. She's definitely eager and ready to get married. She if someone is looking for a traditional wife, she seems to be that person, like the down south home cooking a meal every day and all of that kind of stuff. That seems to be her, but at the same time, very independent. Um, she made sure to state she got her bachelor's and her master's degree. Okay, she's well educated, and she's a real estate agent, right? I think.
right. All these.
Yes, she's a real estate agent.
She's a real estate agent. Okay, yeah.
Hmm. Um, I think she would be a good catch. I don't know if Shaq would be the person. Oh, that's the other part of her. Again, I don't understand why these people get on the show when they
Why
have a
are they
list
on
of
this
things.
show?
When they have that checklist, like this show, you really have to be like, I am giving it all to you
You have to be
experts to match
Kristen.
me.
Remember Kristen from last
And just,
season? You just have to
yes,
be give me a man with male body parts. That's all I want. Just give them to me and I will try to make this work. That's it. No, like I
yeah,
need it this way. And then you come on here and your package is I'm picky. Why would you put on someone that's saying they're picky? And Pastor Cal has talked about this before where he's like, if you're picky,
yes.
you can't make it on the show. Like you cannot have preferences. And it's like they're
But
putting
they
these
keep
people on the
selecting
show.
them.
I'm so confused.
And then be like, oh, like they'll match. They'll be okay. They'll
No, they're
adjust.
not.
And those people do not adjust. That's why they're single for so long, because of the checklist. And it's not going to just all of a sudden
It cannot just go
change.
away. Like the only reason people change, honestly, is when they have enough time to get to know someone. These people have zero time to get to know you. No, no, no. But that's you're talking about they're already married, right? So those 8 weeks of trying to get to know you, you're living with them. I don't want to get to know you. You're already annoying me. First of all, I don't like how you look. You don't fit my boxes. Then I have to live
Mm-hmm.
with you. You're gonna check off. You're gonna like strike out more boxes because now I'm seeing everything. I'm seeing what you do with your stinky feet. I'm seeing how you leave your place. I'm seeing you're growing. By the time most people get to the point of living with somebody, and willing to accept the negatives about you, they already like you. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'll deal with this. But you're throwing these
Also,
people
yeah.
in here with nothing. No like at first sight, No, at least he looks good. At least I like talking to him. At least there's nothing to hold your hand on. So you're already walking in and giving these people nothing that they like to look at, the money that they like to have, or the lifestyle that they like to lead. What are you doing? What else is there? What else
Yeah.
is there? I'm confused. Why are we matching these
Yeah.
people? I'm so lost. I'm like, what is happening?
And
I
on
okay.
top of that, like kind of jump into Shaq,
Hmm.
and we can, go back at any
Yeah,
more thoughts you may have on her. Him working in higher ed, he made the comment about he's all about moving up and moving jobs. I don't think she's the type of person that's going to be
she's not going
willing to
anywhere.
just up and move.
No.
Right. Exactly. So
No.
now what's going to happen? He's working on his doctorate. Okay, great. Kudos to him. But when it's time to get that next position and he has to move to a university all the way in Colorado, Wyoming, whatever, she's going to be like, I didn't sign up for this. Like, we got married in Nashville. I wanted to find love in Nashville. I want to stay in Nashville. I don't see her being flexible. She does not show that she's flexible at this point in time.
And he said this is what killed him in the past.
Yep.
So, and it's not even like, okay, it killed him in the past, but he's no longer moving around for upward mobility. You're still in school. So you're already looking for the next thing. You've
Yep.
not settled your life yet. You're still chilling. You're still trying to figure things out. So why would you do this? I'm very confused by both of them, honestly. Very confused.
One thing I could think of is there are other universities around Nashville. Maybe he's thinking he could still stay and just move to another university within the area. But he don't seem, just off of what I've heard from him and talking, listening to him from the show and the after party, wherever, if there's a good job
Opportunity.
somewhere in another state, he
He's
he
taking it.
applying and he gonna be ready to go.
Yep. I
And
agree.
she don't have to go with him. So I think that's going to be a big issue between the two of them. And also knowing that she is like born and raised in Nashville. Like Lori's saying, some of these couples, they just got to Nashville, been
Yeah.
living there, but she's born and raised. It's
Her
hard for a
whole
lot of those
family
people to
is
get up
there.
and move.
Yeah. She's staying there. I don't
Yeah.
see her going nowhere. Sorry.
But for Shaq, I like him. He seems like a good Southern boy who would do what he needs to take care of his wife, his family. I I honestly think that he would have been great with Jasmine. That would have been my first choice from him in watching the matchmaking special when they were introducing us to all the singles.
Yeah. I thought they were gonna match them together. I was so surprised when they said Kirsten. I was like, okay,
We'll see how that
interesting.
goes. Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, Kirsten, 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 Kirsten. I
Okay.
loved her dress. I loved it. It looks so nice on her. Very nice. Um, I don't want to go back to her pickiness, but I was shocked. Clutched my pearl. I only got one pearl on today. Clutched my pearl when I saw how she was at the bachelor party. I was like, not you, Miss
What,
Southern Belle.
girl? When the stripper flipped her up and
I
down,
thought
her
she was gonna
shoulder.
be, every season there's like that one girl that be like, mm-mm, I'm here to get my husband. Mm-mm, don't touch me. Ugh, I don't like this. Ugh. No, not her, child. She had her little hot hoochie mama shorts on, and she was just like, yeah. So I was surprised she liked to have a good time because on first glance, she seemed kind of boring. She seemed like a
Very
regular.
modest.
Yeah,
Yes.
but she was not that nice, yeah. So she was ready to go.
So backing up real quick to Jasmine,
Uh-huh.
I also watched. I had the time. I also watched the show with Kevin Frazier, and he has the panel, and they talk about the
Oh, okay.
couples and stuff. And so they had a guy on there on the panel for the first time. And when they mentioned that Jasmine was a PK, a preacher's kid, they were like, which preacher kid are we getting? Like, which one?
Terrible.
I thought that was funny because I was like, Jasmine, which one is she? And she seems to be the very modest, kind of keep her stuff together. Like at the bachelorette party, they were showing her, she was sitting down. Like they didn't
Hmm.
show anything raunchy with her. And like
Yeah.
you said, I thought that would be Kirsten more
Me
than I would have thought
too.
Jasmine.
Me too. I think the only thing else I have for Kirsten is the whole mom and dad dynamic. So her daddy is not coming to the wedding because he didn't want to get COVID tested. Tested, not a COVID vaccine, tested. And so people ask her, like, so he made it through the whole pandemic. I think it was Keisha
Tisha.
on after party that how did he make it through the whole pandemic without being tested? Oh no, he's headstrong. So if he said he don't want to do it, he ain't gonna do it. Okay, got it. I don't understand that, but it's your daughter's wedding, but it sounds real fishy. That was number one. And then,
I
oh, go
thought
ahead.
so. I didn't think he lived in Nashville until the after party when Keisha asked him. She was like, "Oh, he stays in Nashville."
Down the
Because
street.
I'm thinking, oh, he didn't want to take the COVID test because he didn't want to get on the plane and do all this kind of stuff. No, no, no.
No.
He lived down the street
But that's what I'm
in the
saying.
same city.
Something is fishy because she didn't even go tell him
She
either.
called him.
She called him and said, "Oh, I'm getting married. Do you want to come?" And he said, "Nah. You know, if I gotta do that." What? What kind of relationship you got with your daddy? That's weird. So then
Oh,
her mom was there at the bridal shower. I think at not the bridal shower. What do you call that? Pick the dress outing to
kidding.
try
Okay.
fitting.
Mhm.
And so she was there. And then the day of the wedding, she was over there freaking out, like, "Where's my mom? Why is she not here? Where is she not here?" But not once did she say, "Is she okay? Is she dead? Did something happen to
Oh,
her?" She was like, "Why is she not here? I can't do this if she's not here." Do you care about your mama? Like, what if something happened to her? And then she just showed up. She's like, "I'm here. Yay." She was just like, "Oh my God."
but the crazy part is, yes, all of that, what you said. And then the after party, right? They were like, oh, yeah, she was fine. She was at the hotel the whole time. What? Did y'all know? Was she like in another room? Did nobody go to her room and knock on the door and be like, Mama, are you okay? Your
I feel
phone
like
not
that was the
working?
show.
Like, we've
That
been
just
trying to
seems
call you.
that seems stupid to me. I was like, something else going on here. So
They must be looking for drama for because maybe they ain't got much up this season, so they have to edit it that way.
well, like I said, the same thing about Eris. I don't think she should have been on the show. Maybe she'll surprise me and not be as picky. But on first glance, if you come in here with a whole laundry list of stuff, that's not gonna work with somebody you can't even see before you get married. Come on
Right.
now. Shaquille, all the things we said already. My mom didn't like that he knows how to sew a bow tie. I was like, "Mom, leave that man alone. Um, he's fine." um, but I thought he was okay. I also don't know why he wants to get married either. I thought it was kind of weird that he brought his mentors to go for his fitting, but none of his friends were there or brother was there. Maybe he has no friend base since he just moved to Nashville. But the reasoning why he said he brought his mentors did not suggest that. He's like, "Oh, I want them to see, what this look like, or they're like my kids or whatever." And I'm like, okay, I guess. I don't know.
All right. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I'm thinking probably his friends who he would want to participate in this were not local. And I guess
Maybe,
he didn't
yeah.
want to just, just some associates, people he might hang out to have them on the show or part of it. Maybe they said they didn't want to be on the show. Who knows?
Yeah, I
But
just
yeah,
wish he
having
would
the
have said
mentees.
that. He was making it like one of the things that my mom did mention is that he says a lot of stuff about himself. Like in terms of his accomplishments or how he feels that he is. Like he calls himself Dapper Dylan, or he talks a lot about himself. Like he sounds like he has a big head, but then he's also humble at the same time. So it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he was talking about his mentees being there, it was like, we have this kind of relationship and they're like this to me and I want them to see this and this is like it just sounded like he thinks very highly of himself, which is not a bad thing. It's just do we need like it feels like he's also telling himself this, not like he's telling the audience about himself. It sounded like he was telling himself about himself. I don't know if that makes sense. It's just the way how
I
he
can
was
get what you're
saying it.
saying.
Yeah.
I I didn't get it that way, but okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think from his point of view and having the mentees there, I think it probably was a lot of it was mainly convenience.
Mm,
And then at the same time, it was probably like, okay, let me show these young men, like, okay, getting married is a good thing, and wanted to be there and look fly. I don't know, maybe that's what he was trying to portray for
yeah.
them, but. mm, we'll see. It did later on. He did have some actual friends as
Yeah,
groomsmen. I'm
yeah.
assuming they must have flew in from wherever he is, wherever they came from. No
Mhm.
telling. But he did have some friends there. Wasn't like the mentees end up being his groomsmen. That would have been weird to me. But yeah.
Yeah. So then he does talk about in his package about this terrible accident that he was in and what actually
Mm.
caused like the scar that's on his face and how that act like everybody seemed like they came out alive, but it was still like traumatic. And he was not able to play sports for like the first
Mm-hmm.
or 8 years after that. And so he focused on education because I guess maybe he liked sports, but he couldn't do it. So that's how he got into this line of work. So that was kind of sad and kind of like, okay, I understand that traumatic piece of it. And maybe that's why he's really attached to his family because you could tell he gets emotional regarding his family. Um, so that was good, like just backstory that wasn't very shallow, I guess, like talking about
Mm-hmm.
like how much money you make or what you do. So that was good to kind of know a little bit more about him. So
Right. Yeah, that was a touching story.
yeah. So yeah, they were the only ones that was actually preparing to get married in the first episode, right? So they did the fittings, they did the morning of the wedding, getting ready
Mm-hmm.
and preparing for everything. And this was kind of sad when I watched the after party, but Shaquille's grandmother was there and
Yes.
she was, he was crying with her. And I was like, "Oh no, don't be a Justin. We're not gonna do that, right?" So he was crying like emotional, and because he was already crying in the room, then he was crying when he saw her. Because I guess they surprised him. He thought it was gonna be his mom, and it was her. And she was like boosting him up and be like, "Listen, whatever," giving him pet talk. And I was like, "That was sweet." And then on the after party, they were saying she died. I was like, "Oh no."
Yes.
But I mean,
Right.
so yeah, Keisha was like, "Well, at least you have this. It's like on camera. It's always something that you can go back to." And she was able to witness you getting married. But man, I was all choked up. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So they didn't going
No,
on.
I know. I was like, oh, when that
Yeah,
happened, I was like, oh no.
I was
But
shocked.
yeah, at least he had that moment, and it's something
Hmm.
she got to see it. Like I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to seeing the actual wedding day and that happening and everything. But
yeah. Because I was like, "Girl,
that
you
was
look fly." She had her hair done, a little color in it. I was like, "You
you
look
know,
fly,
grandma got
girl."
to come correct. She's like, I'm gonna be on TV too. Y'all better make sure I look
Hello,
good.
for real. So yeah, I'm trying to think. Do I have anything else from him? I don't think so.
No, that's it for me as well.
Okay.
For now,
So,
we'll see.
yes or no on decision
Oh,
day?
wait a minute.
Oh,
Okay,
tell
let's go
me.
back real quick.
Yeah.
So do you think she's his type? Like we know what her list, and she made
Mm.
it clear different things that she wasn't interested in. That unfortunately he is. So she said she wanted someone that's athletic kind of built. He seems like he can match that. But then she was like she didn't want a bald head guy, and
This
Yeah,
This is not
he's
gonna be
gone.
her type. This is not gonna be her type
I know
for
that's not. Oh,
sure.
I know he's not hers. Yeah.
Um, him. I don't remember him saying anything about the type of women that he want. I think he could make it work. I think he's like a Kristen is gonna be my name, okay? Where just give him a good looking woman and he can make it work. That
Okay,
supports him.
I
I
agree.
think he just needs somebody to support him, honestly. And he could get along with a lot of different people. That's what
Okay,
it seems
I
like. I
agree.
don't know.
I think one, she got body, 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 and
Yeah,
he any black man, he gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm good with her. She's a pretty girl. I'm good. I
yeah,
think he would be very happy with her. Um, so I think he'll be fine. So to
yeah.
prediction, no, they're not gonna make it. No.
I think it's gonna be a no on decision day too. I just don't see it. I haven't like just nothing to root for here, honestly. But it may change. I don't know. But as of the way how it is now, I say no.
Yeah.
Um, and just so I'm sticking with the same theme, Shaquille is an Aries and
Okay.
Kirsten is an Aquarius. I don't know what that means. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know
I'm
anybody.
gonna leave that up to you. It's like
Okay.
okay.
I'm just adding,
I know Aries
information.
birthdays are in April because I knew an Aries. I have an
Oh,
Aries.
okay.
Got it.
That's all I got. Next couple. Oh
Oh,
God. Dominique and McKinley, aka
Mac
Dom and Mac. Dominique is 25. Another person.
25.
Why is she on this show? And Mac is 33. I'm gonna let you kick this off.
Oh, me. Give me that
Yeah.
honor. Okay.
Hmm.
Let me just go ahead and say it. They're not gonna make it. So Dominique, why? Yes, is she on this show?
Why is she on the
25.
show?
They keep
And it's
talking
not
about
even
this
like,
old.
honestly, it's not even like it's 25, period. Because there could be a 25-year-old that makes sense to be on the show. Because we've seen it. Okay. We've seen younger. This 25 right here, this one right here on the screen, no,
No,
no.
I would say they keep saying she has this old soul about her, and she's very mature for her age, and all of
Based on
this.
what? Based on what?
Because this
They didn't
whole
show anything. They didn't show anything but her being close to her mama. That's it.
Mhm.
And her saying that she's an old soul. They don't say she's worked since she was 16 years old. She owns properties. She, volunteers here. They don't have any actual actionable steps that can tell me why she's an old soul. Why? Because she took care of her brother or sister as when she was growing up. Because she's the only child.
No,
There is nothing that typically
nothing.
you would attribute to an old soul other than her saying, "I'm an old soul." What?
Pretty much. Yeah.
And all she talks about is going out, girls' night out. You gotta have that.
Okay.
What is it?
That's
GNO.
a
You gotta have
GNO. I
GNO.
was like, what's that? Girls' night out. I was like, girl, for real, that's what you worried about? Like,
That's
to
it.
me, you ain't ready for the marriage. If
That's
that's the only
it.
thing you worried, she don't want to give up her GNO because she likes to have a good GNO, girls' night out.
I don't even know
Ma'am,
what she
who
does. What does she do?
I
What's her job? She's like,
some
yeah,
with marketing,
when I go to work, I call my mom. When I'm on my lunch break, I call my mom.
I
When
call
I
my
go
mom,
home, I go call my mom.
I
Then we go
call
hang
my
out
mom.
together. I love
Yeah,
my
I
mama
think
too, but come on,
it
girl.
was something with marketing. I think that was her
Mm,
field.
okay.
But this whole GNO, I don't think she's ready for marriage.
Why is she on this
Um,
show? I don't even know what they
she's just too
like about
young.
her. But what did they even like about her that was like, yes, This is I go back to my first comment about this matchmaking special. What are y'all doing? What are since we're on couple number 3, and I think they've had 2
Hmm.
good picks out of these 6 people. Jasmine and
Not
Shaquille.
as couples, but as individuals. Yes.
Yes.
Hmm.
Jasmine and Shaquille are the only 2 sane people so far. Okay. What is
Yes.
happening? I don't even have nothing else to
Yes.
say about this girl. We all, we saw the stripper moments. I don't even care. Her best friends, I don't care about none of it. I don't know why she's here. I'm confused. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So speaking on that, right? This whole Gino. So when at the what was it? I guess the when the ladies first met and she was again talking about this girls' night out and she don't want to lose that or whatever. And then Kirsten was talking about, oh girl, I don't think you need to be married. You need to be home taking care of your man, cooking and rubbing his feet. And I'm like,
Mhm.
is that is that what she expects marriage to look like? And so as a married
Yes.
woman, I'm coming to ask you, is that what marriage is like? You gotta be
Oh,
home
absolutely
catering to
not.
your man, rubbing his
Absolutely
feet
not. That's
and
not.
cooking.
But see, that she's looking for that, and this is why she shouldn't have been on this show. That's what I'm saying. You have to develop that relationship with somebody that you know, and then you have an agreement of how your marriage gonna look like. Okay, not saying what she said doesn't work for her, nor do I feel like what Dominique wants to do, which is have a good time, apparently, couldn't work for her in a marriage. It's just, is Matt going to be able to deal with it? Because he's saying he's a quiet introvert. So is
Yes.
he, can he deal with
But
this?
again, when are these girl nights out like every night of the week?
I feel like she
Four
gonna be a
times a week?
Virginia. She gonna be a Virginia.
I think so too. And I think that's why you are concerned about it. Because if it's like birthdays and
Right.
bachelorette parties, how often are those coming? Like,
Yeah.
I don't see why your
But that's
husband would
not,
have a
I don't think
problem
that's
with
what she's
you.
saying. She's saying this probably every weekend.
This sounds like a every weekend thing too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see
Virginia
that
was
that would be a
3 days a weekend. Okay. It was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But maybe hers would be one night a weekend, and maybe he'll be okay with that. It's really all, as long as he can deal with it. I don't think it's a problem for anybody else, right?
that's
It's
true. Hmm.
just, is he gonna be okay with it? We don't really. I don't know. I can't tell from the package I've seen so far. He just seems. We'll talk about him, Chuck. Cause Lord.
I mean, let's go ahead and go to him. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Well, he's oblivious. I don't. He don't know if the sun is up or down. He just is floating through life and floating through his relationships, because the story he told about
Girl.
his ex-girlfriend tells me everything I need to know about him. Okay. He tells this story, and I heard it twice because you hear it on the episode and at after party. He also kind of
Hmm.
added some more details that I was like, oh, he wasn't with this girl. Okay. They were already going through it. You tell the story that this girl sent you a picture of her ring. You're dating her, okay? Sent you a picture of a ring on her finger and says, "Here's my ring." And
I'm getting
your
married.
first assumption is, "Oh, is that the ring that you want me to buy you? So when we get ready to get married?" And she's like, "No, bro, I'm getting married to somebody else."
I'm getting married.
And then at after party, he's like, "Yeah, this dude called me like 6 months before that happened, and then I forgave her, and then she was at my house like 5 nights a week, and the night before she did that, we hooked up." First of all, I don't hook up with my man. Okay, we don't hook up. That's number one. It's either she was at my house, we spent the night, we did stuff, whatever. But I don't hook up with somebody that belongs to me and I belong to them. Okay. So already from that word right there, they were just back and forth. They were in and out of a relationship, and she chose the other person. Why are you in the corner crying and making up this story? I need Mac's ex girlfriend to
Uh oh.
message me and tell the real story. Put it on
The
Twitter,
Chloe Crowns at
Instagram.
gmail.com.
Just saying, because this sound like Love is Blind SK, where he had a whole bunch of
Oh
other stuff
Lord.
going on. This don't make no sense. This makes absolutely no sense. Sorry.
So okay, so when they were doing his package, right, and he said he had just moved to Nashville 4 months ago, I said, "What in the world? He is not ready for to be married. Why is he on this show? And then who he running from? That was the first thing I said.
Who is
Who
he
is he
running
running from?
from and why is he homeless? Why they keep putting homeless people on this show? He
That was
has
the other part.
no house, apartment.
I thought
He
he was living with his family in the
I
matchmaking,
thought
but
so
no, he's living
too.
with family friends
That's what I thought
that he.
too.
Why they put
Mess.
this? Why they put this man on the show?
Why would
I'm
you? I
like,
don't understand. There should be certain check boxes before you can get as a couple on this show. You must have a job, okay?
check.
And your job
Mm-hmm.
must be whoever you're matching them with must be within a certain range of the other person. Number one, you must have a place to live. These are basic necessities, okay? I don't
Basic.
understand.
You would require this for anyone else. You should have this required for this show. Yes.
You must be able to talk to someone in their family, not an extended family, not a family friend, not a cousin, someone in their immediate family to make sure that these people are not crazy or running from the law or have other issues. I want to talk to somebody.
Because all those things have happened on this show. Like, what is the world? And this man, he seems like he would be a decent guy or is a decent guy. He's just not ready. Not for this show.
No,
Not to be
no,
married.
there's way too many question
Not right
marks.
now.
And
Not
I
right now.
thought I liked him in the matchmaking special. I actually really liked him until this story.
Mhm.
I was like, he's nice. And that's why I was like, oh, he would have been nice for like anybody. He's like one of those middle of the road, like anybody would like him. He would probably deal with everybody. Sir,
Mhm.
something's going on here. Something is happening
Mhm.
here.
Because
No.
even if he was living at with his parents, coming out of COVID and all that kind of stuff. If he gave an explanation, I would have been like, oh, that makes sense. Okay, I get it, right? Rent ended up going up too high or whatever. But no, sir, you just moved here 4 months ago, living with
A,
family friends.
a
You're
college
not
dropout.
established.
He he
Oh,
he didn't
hey,
graduate, okay? And he's in the cannabis industry. How?
was
Do you
was in the
was?
cannabis industry.
Wait, what does
That
he
was
do
in
now?
California. No, he was. That was in California. Then he moved to Nashville. Now he's a project manager, like construction project manager.
Oh, okay. So he does have a job.
He does have a job,
Okay.
but again, he's just getting situated. He's just getting his feet on the ground in Nashville.
So if
He's not.
he moved
No, he was
4
not
months
ready.
ago, so the day he moved, he signed up for the show? Like what how does he cuz the process takes
Maybe
some
he
time.
already. Maybe he already knew he was moving, so he signed up for it.
This sound
But
real. This
again, they keep saying I moved to Nashville to find love. And I'm just like, what is going on? Is there an ad or billboard around the country saying move to Nashville and find love? It's just
yeah, can't.
so I already said my prediction, right? They're not gonna make it if it wasn't obvious how I feel. What
They're
about
not
you?
gonna make it. It's a no
Okay.
for me. Um, they did do a little preview of the future, and it looks like there's something. This is like the biggest thing that I saw on the package moving forward is that she looked like she packing up her stuff and crying and going away. So I
Ooh,
don't.
I missed
That's
that one.
already yeah. That's they've been replaying that. So I already know there's gonna be something up with them, but even without that, this is just a no for me. Mac is a Gemini, fellow Gemini here, but male Geminis are
Mm.
different than women Gemini. Hey, yeah. Hey, hey, hey,
What? Oh, did I
hey.
say that?
Yes, you were not muted. Rude. And Dominique is a Leo. So
Okay.
take that information as you will.
Also,
Yes.
just thinking, going back to this whole story of him and the ex, right? And then
Yes.
her being out, I already see that's gonna be drama right there because he's gonna have flashbacks to the other. Is she being faithful? What's she out there doing?
I don't think
So
he's gonna
that's
be any of those things. He is in La La Land. This is how I started my story about Mac.
you think he's
He
just gonna be
he does not pick up on
oh
context clues. That girl was not with him.
mm,
That girl was not with him. Cheated on him
I
right
think
under
there
his
might be some
nose.
PTSD back there.
Yes,
It's gonna show up.
PTSD made him sign up for this dumb show. I'm sorry, Mavs. I do like the show. This doesn't make any sense that you put this man on this show.
It, yeah.
Moving on.
So we
Uh,
over 3 right now. No couples
yes,
gonna make it.
yes, nothing right now. Because then we're going to this train wreck right here. Gina and Clint. Oh,
Train wreck.
you have hope for this. Oh, okay. Go ahead, give us the rainbows and butterflies for Gina and Clint. This mess. Go ahead.
They're my only maybe. So because they're a maybe, I'm gonna say yes. They're gonna say yes on decision
This is
day.
your maybe?
This is my only maybe. Yes.
Tell me
And I
more.
think okay, so Gina, right, is a strong, independent woman. She's a business owner, has her own salon, um, nice looking. She says she likes to kind of be adventurous and do things. Clint is that person. There's those dynamics in relationships where the woman can be like so out there getting her business and doing that. And the guy is like, okay, being kind of like behind the scenes. That's disculpable to me. Like, I think he would be right there supporting her through all of that. He even said that. He said it. Sometimes people say things and they don't really mean it, but I actually think I could see him doing that. He's a very outdoorsy person. He's into sailing and what is that? Flight
Fake.
simulation
Yeah, I was like
thing.
fake flying. Okay. Yeah.
Um, and so I think she may not be totally into that lifestyle, but I think she would be open to it and like be like, okay, yeah, I'll support and go out on the boat with you or whatever. But like, I don't think she'll be like, I'm gonna go sail around the world with you. That's not gonna happen.
That's
Um,
going to be
I
the
think
problem.
that's gonna be a problem. I think he can. I don't know. I think they will be able to compromise in that area. I think.
Okay.
So we'll see. Now he does give me Mitch 2.0 vibes. Mitch is from
Hello.
last season.
Hmm.
Where and this is where I said I think compromise will work here. Where in Mitch wasn't compromising. So if you didn't watch last season, Mitch was this very environmentalist, like heavy on environmental.
Extreme.
Um, yeah, and he just could not bend, like introduce somebody coming into that lifestyle that you have. You need to give them some time to make the adjustment. And he just was not. And I feel like is better, and I think he will be better in compromising and allowing her to get more outdoorsy and stuff. But if she's not totally into it, he'll be like, okay, well, this is my thing. I'll do it. Um, so that's what I think may happen for them. I don't think they're an ideal match, but I think they could work, like put in the work together and make it happen. I do hope that he goes and visit her at the hair salon and she can help clean him up a little bit. I feel like he needs a haircut and that beard kind of trimmed a little bit. But yeah, I think this could be a surprise. Yes, this works. Which
No, no,
no,
no. All right.
no.
So let's talk about why they put Gina on this show. She's a great
Okay.
catch. Okay.
Yes.
And Pastor Cal really wanted to put Gina on this show at any cost. By all means,
Mhm.
he wanted to put this girl on the show because she is 35 and a business owner and she's a knockout. She looks really good, takes care of herself, but you put her with Clint? of all people that you can find out there, there was nobody out there. Clint is who you're gonna put her with, okay? She also is opening up a brick and mortar business in the next 3 months from starting this show. She don't have no time for this foolishness, okay?
Oh,
Number one. So I'm already like, maybe this was not the time that you used to do this show, but of course, you get one opportunity. This is when they're here. So she probably just said, let me go for it. Clint is a hot mess. Okay. Clint is not going to support her. He's going to
no.
want some. No, no.
Oh,
Clint
okay.
needs a 25-year-old named Dominique who,
That's who
who
you were matching.
yes, who loves like someone who loves to party, but also joins him whenever he wants. I think he wants a yes girl to say, "Here, I'm going on this trip. This is a couples trip. You need to come with me. This is a trip around sailing with couples. You need to come with me. This one is just a guy's one. You stay home today, babe. All right, and go do your GNO. All you. All right." He just wants to do his own thing, but also be married to somebody. I don't think that's Gina. I don't even know if
Whew.
Gina would ever go sailing with him unless it's on a yacht. Not the little dinky that he has out there, like luxury kind of boat. Okay.
I don't see that. I think she would. I think she would. Now,
Yeah,
I
she'll
would say,
come.
in watching this episode,
Mm,
Clint was a little bit more of a partier than I thought he was. I sure thought Clint was gonna be sitting in the back with his
I
boys
don't
just
know
talking,
why.
especially the group of guys that they
I
showed. I
don't
was
know
like,
why you
oh,
thought that. When he met with his
you
friends, I saw what was going on
you
there.
noticed it then?
I
He's the
saw
older
why he was.
playboy, huh?
Yes. You feeling me now? This is why, because I'm like, why isn't he married? He seems like he's the fun guy, but he likes to run through the women. That's what he just want to run through them. Okay. He also said that he had sex 2 days, 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
He probably thought he would
Him
never
and
get picked for
Aries,
this
they're the
show.
only
He was
two.
like, they're not gonna pick me. I just signed up for this on a whim, man.
And then on the after show, the guy's gonna bring up how he was kind of like, I might go get some tonight since I'm still technically single. N
This
word.
man, this C word, okay? This man, I don't know why he's on this show.
Oh,
I don't know why. I don't even know what he actually does. Did they say what he does? What his job is? How does he make money to be on boats and have flight simulators? Yeah. I don't think this is
don't
gonna work. He's like he reminds me a little bit. He does remind me of Mitch. I do agree with that. But he kind of reminds me of what Stephen Noy, what Steve can
know.
turn into if he don't watch himself. Because he wants this freelance life. It's all in the wind. He gets to do and be creative and do whatever he wants. This is what you turn into when you turn 40. It's
Oh,
just it's just a man just running through women. And he's like, "Man, I'm kind of lonely tonight. I wish I had somebody here." Yeah. And then he was the one that who was like, "Oh, how are you gonna feel to have one vagina for the rest of your life?" Why? That's the conversation that you have. One vagina for the rest of your life? No, no, no.
no.
She's not. She's gonna hate him more when she sees this package after it
Oh.
starts airing. She's gonna be like, "Oh my god, what did they do to me? Why did they do this to me?"
Ah,
This is a no.
I would not have chosen those two, but I'm gonna still
No.
keep hope alive
No.
and think that maybe this is that defining moment for him of I want this and I'm gonna do what I need and I said he'll be home.
Well, now
We'll
I know
see.
why you
We'll
like
see.
Clint. Clint is a Virgo, so it's one of your people, and Gina's a Taurus.
What you trying to say? He might be a late month a late Virgo,
Okay.
like September. Those are
Okay.
different.
Sure. All right. I'm done with them. Mm-mm.
All right. Our last couple,
Yes, this is my
Nicole
only
and Chris.
maybe. This is
Really? And
my
I'm a
maybe.
hard no on that one.
This is my maybe.
See,
Yes.
and I don't know. Go ahead,
Okay.
let you start then.
Um, Nicole. Ooh, FBI. Well, she's not a she's not FBI. She's half Jewish, apparently. I'm not gonna go down this road.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get canceled. But she does have some personality, which I like. I see why they put her on this show. She has a lot of spunk. She's not going to read boring on TV. She, I can see why she wants to do this. She has kept herself. It's not like she's just out here and she feels like she hasn't been able to meet somebody because it's the pandemic. So I can see how she already started thinking about being with someone long term. She talks about her dog a lot, like that's her, her fur baby. It's a little quirky, but I feel like I like her on this show. She seems sane. So we're on our fourth sane person since we've been here, at least in my opinion, because dang it, what's her name? Gina. Gina's another sane one that I added to my list. Um,
Mm-hmm.
let's see. She's a New Yorker, so that's where that little kind of fiery side comes from. And she moved to Nashville after going to a bachelorette party in Nashville. So she moved there a couple years later, random, and then the world shut down. So she wasn't able to go out and mingle and stuff. So I thought she was a regular person, right? I can't remember what kind of guy she says she likes.
I don't
Do
think
you
she really
remember?
went down the list.
Oh, okay. So
Mm-mm.
that's good. So that's another positive is that she's just open
You're
and she
open.
wants to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good.
Oh,
Then,
she did say,
oh,
oh, sorry. I was gonna say she did mention on one of the shows that she is looking for someone that will be like, hey, be quiet.
oh
Like you need to
yes,
calm
keep
down.
her in
Kind of
check.
like put her in place
Yeah, but I
because
don't
she
think
can
that's
talk.
but I don't think that's like a list. Like
No, no, no,
you
not a
know,
list, but just
yeah,
at least the idea of she did mention what she would look for like in a partner.
yes.
That's the
And
only
she
thing I
did
can think of
say,
that she talked about.
so she tells her friends that she signed up for this show, which it looks like she never said anything to them, like
They
zero.
said she did.
And they were
Mm-hmm.
so shocked that she
So
was
shocked.
on this show. And so they were
Because
like,
I,
"What is?"
in my mind, I'm thinking you got cameras there, so your friends must know
But she
like
set up a
what it's
whole
about.
thing that was totally separate from this. Like she got a job or whatever, and it's gonna be on camera. And they were like, "Wait, what?
What?
What's going?"
All three of them, their jaws were dropped. Like that was like they look really surprised. But sometimes the people
They
are like,
do, yeah,
"What? Oh
yeah. They'll be
my god!"
faking
And it's
it.
like y'all look fake. This
Yes.
was real.
So
Yeah.
she was like, so they were like, what if he's not good in bed? She's like, I'll teach him. She just seems like she's just like ready for, just give me somebody. Just give me
Hmm.
somebody with male parts. I'll make it work. So then we get to Chris. Chris is like middle of the road. He has two dogs. So that's going to be a whole nother thing. He's going to have three dogs in the house. Like, it's just too much. He's, I guess the nice one or where he's always mentioning
Mr.
nice
Nice
guys.
Guy. That's what they
Yeah,
call him.
nice guys finish last. He's so sweet. He's this and that, blah, blah, blah. But he looked like he gets run over by women, which this is Nicole, right? This looks like this would be a match made in heaven. Like he needs a more dominant, seems like, woman that will kind of string him along. And he looks like he'll just go along for the get go, just keep on going. So that's what I think is going to work. He makes these terrible impersonations that I don't get. I don't even understand what he was doing,
So
but
corny.
he is corny. But I kind of see Nicole going for a corny guy and it being actually okay. I don't know. They didn't say much else
So
about him. So I didn't know what else, he had going on there.
Yeah, so he's this was my other maybe, but I'm gonna lean no on decision day just because I think he's gonna be just a little too boring for her. Like I think in grand scheme of things, they would mellow each other out, balance each other out. But he just like in watching him during the show and how when he was with the other guys, he really just sat there quiet. Like he didn't even show no personality to me, even with the
Mm,
guys. So I just
hmm
feel like with her, it's definitely like she's just going to totally overshadow him. Now there are relationships, and I've seen some couples where that dynamic works, where the woman is just more outgoing than the man, but the man is still very masculine and can, I don't want to use the word control, but you know what I mean? Like they can, like she was saying, say, okay, Nicole, you need to sit down. You're doing too much. And, ooh, okay, they sit right on down and they good. I just don't
hmm
see that happening. I just feel like she's just totally gonna just overwhelm him, and he's just not gonna be able to like rein her in at times. Like she said, she needs to. She admits she needs to be reined in.
But I
I just don't
wonder,
see
like,
that happening.
what that means. Like, what's too much? Is it gonna be like, what's her name? Lindy, where she was like,
Oh,
"You
yeah, I
don't
can't remember
want to
her
see
name, but yes.
me when I'm angry," and blah 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 blah. Or is it just like she's just yakking too much? Then to me, eh, he might just be like, "Girl, talk if you want to talk. I don't care." So,
I think it's more the Jackson part, just
oh,
talking,
okay,
talking, talking, and then just
yeah, she,
being the life of the party. Like I'm hoping she don't have Lindsay vibe. That's who I was
mm,
thinking of when I first thought of her, but I couldn't think of Lindsay's name.
yeah,
That girl was just crazy.
she
So I
was,
don't see crazy in Nicole. I
yeah,
see just
just
like just
funky,
being very
just
loud and
yeah.
out of pocket at
I
times.
think
And,
she's gonna handle it. I have
okay,
hope here.
okay,
This is my only hope.
okay.
Okay, don't take it away from me. She is going to come in and bring joy to his life, and he's going to sit back and be like, "I am so in love with this
This is why I got
spicy
married. I do agree.
Italian woman. Yes, run over me, spank me, do what you want with me, spend
Thank
my
you.
money, do anything that you want. I love you so much. This is great." I think so.
Okay,
He's just looking for
we will
somebody.
see.
And she looked like she looking for
Now,
somebody.
listen,
And
it's amazing.
and
We'll see.
he
Oh,
said
yeah.
he knew her name before
That
he
was
met her.
crazy. That was
He knew,
crazy.
and you
Yes.
know who else did something like that? It was one of the
Who?
previous seasons that, and they're still together. It was one of the white couples,
Hmm.
um, with the Italian girl. I think he was Italian too.
Hmm.
He knew that his wife's name started with a A or whatever, and I think his name was A too. And she was, and they're still together, and they got like two kids. So,
Oh,
hmm, this is
that
my,
was real interesting though when they did that. Yeah, the producer was asking, "What do you think her name would be?" And he
hmm
said Nicole and dark hair. And it was like, that's her. So
this is
we'll
my
see.
only yes.
So the dog. So this is back to the
Oh,
whole dog thing. She has one, he has two.
hmm
And I was like, why do you put these people with these multiple dogs
oh
together?
yeah.
I know you think on paper like, oh, this is great, they're dog lovers, but as we've seen in some previous seasons, that don't always work out.
No.
So we're gonna see what's gonna happen with this, which before I got cut off and couldn't talk earlier with Jasmine, I was going to ask you, what do you think about her having four dogs and Aries? You think he's going to be accepting of the dogs or have an
I
issue with
don't
them?
know. First of all, he's not gonna last that long. So I hope she don't get
Oh,
rid of the dogs because of anything he says.
please, no, don't get rid of your
Do not.
dogs for
No. I do
experiment.
think
Mm-mm.
she needs to be prepared that if she met somebody else, four dogs is a lot. She need to calm down. Don't get no other dog after this experience. It's gonna be too much. You hear me? Don't do it. So I don't like it. It's
Okay.
too much. And then
So with the
just to continue with the theme, both Nicole and Chris are Libras. And I'm married to a Libra, so
Libras are very okay.
yes.
Not bad, but just like they're good. They kind of can go either way. Like
Yeah.
they
This
just
is gonna work. I'm here,
smooth.
guys. We're gonna make this work.
Okay. Okay. We shall see. We shall see. So recap going backwards. So Nicole and Chris, I say maybe, but leaning towards no
Just
on
say
decision
yes.
day.
We don't do maybes. Yes or no?
Oh. Mm. Come back to me. Okay, Gina and Clint. I'm
No.
gonna say
No.
yes on decision
No.
day.
Okay. No.
Um,
Dominique and
Dom and
Mackenzie.
Mac.
No.
No. Shaq and Kirsten.
No.
No. Jasmine and Eris.
No.
No. Nicole
And
and
our same.
Chris. I guess I'll go ahead and say
No, if you
yes.
don't see it, you don't have to see it. I'm
I'm
just saying no
still like,
middle. We first of all, we
I
know nothing
know
about
that's
these people. We don't even know what they like if once they see each other. So just lean into whichever one. If it's no, it's no. And you have one yes, then I'll have one yes. And that'll be it.
because I really like I could flip a coin with it with them. Okay, I'm gonna stick with no. I'm gonna stick with no. I think she really is just gonna end up being a little too much for him, and
All right.
he's gonna be. I think really more is he's gonna be a little too boring for her more than she's gonna be
It
too much
could
for
be.
him. I think that's what.
It could be.
Huh?
Yeah, I said it could
Yeah.
be. That could be a reason.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, all right,
Yeah,
hour
I'm
and 15 minutes.
yeah, I'm kind of disappointed in the matches. I'm disappointed in the process. I don't know what they're seeing with these people. Even like the little blurb that they say at the end of every couple introduction, oh, we put them because this and that, and it just doesn't make sense why they match some of these people, you know. I think even Dr. Pepper said something about why they match Dominique with Mackenzie because she's basically biracial, so she could get along with any race, and so that's why they put her with a white dude. Why? That's not how you match people. I don't understand what's going on here. I don't understand. I think Doctor Pastor Cal said, what did he say about? I think it was about Gina and Clint that they have the same attachment styles, and I'm like,
Yes, he did say that. Mm-hmm.
attachment styles? That's what we're matching now? Like, what's happening here? I don't understand. Mm.
I think that's not the only reasons, but I don't remember them saying any reason for any of the couples that really for me was like, oh, that makes total sense. It's just kind of very generic things like, oh, he comes from a good family and she comes from a good family. And so we think that together their families will do well. We need more
Yeah,
than that. They need more
right.
than that.
I
So
don't I don't know.
okay. Well, episode 1, 200 more to go. So we'll see what
200 more. I should look up the episode list. I really hope they don't go ham this season. Like I really
happens. Well, it's usually like 22, so I'll probably stay within. Is it 22? I feel like it's 20 something at
I
least.
don't know. I'm nervous now. Let me see. Okay, no. They don't have it. I need to find it somewhere else. But we'll talk about it next time because if they try this, it's just gonna be too much. Especially, I think last season it was just like extra episodes where they were talking about the same things over and over and over again, and
They
I'm
just
like,
spread
what
it out.
is going on here?
Yeah, no, they really did last season. And the same issue that just kept popping up.
Oh my
And it was the
gosh,
only issue. And they just kind of kept talking about it and replaying it. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, did
Well.
you
Oh.
hear that Stasha and Nate finally
Oh
divorced?
yes, that was a hot mess too. I don't know why they say
Yeah,
yes. It's like Stasha said no, but then said yes. It's like her words said no, but then she ended it with a yes. And I'm like, girl, just say no.
just say no. Yeah, I didn't see that happening.
Just say no.
Yeah.
Just a man. And then
So just that one couple is still together.
who? Oh, Lindy. But then they speculating about that because they don't be posting nothing. So I guess she posted something for New Year's about some of the trips that they took,
Mm-hmm.
but then they're like, then why don't you say that you're together? And she was like, just
Because they
respect
don't
our
need to.
privacy. Right.
Yeah. Like we don't showed
Listen,
y'all the whole part of getting. Now we
you
want to
belong
keep
to
it to
us.
ourselves.
No, you
Or
are
you belong
our
to
little
us.
pets. Yes, sorry. And what you call it? Katina and Olajuwon, they look like they broke up and then they got that back together and then deleted their breakup
Oh,
post and posted a picture of them on vacation. So I don't know what's going on with them either.
oh, I didn't know
Um,
that. Okay.
and then nobody knows what's happening with Karen and Miles. So
Right, because I thought they weren't posting each other for a while, and so I
they
thought, okay,
unfollowed each
I read
other.
that they were breaking up.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I
they
haven't
unfollowed
seen
each other
anything.
too? Mhm.
So I don't know. I might have to hit up Amani and Woody and be like, "Hey, what's going on over there?"
Just the
I'm like,
details, right?
and they're so cute. Love
Oh,
them.
are they? The
Love
rain.
them.
They're look.
And Rain, baby Rain. Yeah. Don't y'all. First of all, stop comparing people to Woody. None of these people are Woody. Okay. His friends did doubted him, but he knew what he came out here for. Okay. These other people are hot messes.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see about Eris. But you never saw any problematic language actually coming from Woody himself. And I know people try to
Very true.
compare him, be like, oh, well, people didn't think Woody was going to make it. Yeah, those are people. But him, once he came on the show, he was in. Okay.
We didn't even mention about Era's cousin, how she was even like, nah, bro, like, why
Yes.
are you getting on this
What
show?
are
Like,
you
you,
doing?
yeah, she was like all in his face, telling him, this ain't it. You don't need to be
Yep.
getting on this show.
Yeah. I don't understand his reason to be on the show. I really don't. And he did not explain it well why he's on the show. I don't get it. I don't get it. I think
He's
he might be
lonely.
one of these. There should be a list of guys that come on the show or women because Christina was one of them looking for a paycheck because they don't have no money or they don't have no place to live. There's a list of them that are homeless and broke that come on this show so they can have some
Oh,
resource. I'm sick. Mitch, Christina, Matt, remember Matt from
Matt, the
Charlotte?
basketball one from Charlotte.
Broke and homeless. Um And there was somebody else that I was like, you ain't got nothing. Stop putting these people on the show. There should be a
Who else?
campaign.
Who else?
Stop putting homeless people on the show. Please stop. Thanks. Signed,
Thanks,
LaQuelli Crown.
management.
Anyways, we don't want to take up too
All
much
right.
time, but thank you guys for joining us for our first live in
Yes.
2023.
Hopefully it goes smoother next time.
Yeah, we'll work on it. But, we'll be a train wreck like season 16, maybe. So we'll match the
Oh
show.
Lord.
All right. So
Okay.
I forgot our tagline. I'm sorry. Bye, guys. That's what I meant
Oh.
to say.
Oh, remember, always protect your crown.
Yes,
That's what
there
it
it is.
was. Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, man.